This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Another happy landing.
What's up, everybody? I'm Big Lovin. This is Don DellaSnooch. Welcome to the Escape Pod, episode 65, Kevin Smith's Dogma. Clankety clank, bitch.
Yatch. How you guys doing out there?
I hope they're good. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm fucking fantastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling really good, man.
Oh, attaboy. We did do something a little different with our in-studio sound, so if you hear anything strange, let us know.
Yes. 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 First off, since we missed it last week, happy Pride Month, man. So if you're out there and you love little penis, go get yourself some penis.
Or if you're particularly interested in a zero penis diet.
Yeah, and penis is not on your agenda.
Mm-hmm.
You can go get some other things.
Or because we live in a time where it's okay to be trans or whatever it is that.
Or if you just don't want either of those things.
Be a zero thing.
Yes, dude. If you're like, you know what? I don't want no penis and I don't want no other stuff. And you're like, I'm going to fucking rock out like that. Mm-hmm. You fucking rock out like that.
We here at the Escape Pod advocate you having whatever makes you happy as long as you don't hurt anybody.
Yes. Absolutely. 100%.
So,
if you worship goats, just don't hurt the goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I guess.
Right? I mean, because you can do some fucked up shit to goats. People are weird.
People are strange.
I'm just throwing that out there. That's why I just wanted to say that.
Yep.
Okay. So, how you been, man?
How did you get to go?
I just wanted to say we support everybody unless you harm things, and you can't harm the goats. Maybe you just train goats to be in a circus,
bro,
and you don't do the terrible things to goats.
I wasn't ready to walk down this road with you. So what have you been up to, my friend?
Being nice to goats.
Well, that's good.
Been working, man. What did I do this weekend? Oh, I mowed the yard, but I split it up into a weekend thing.
Okay.
Because it was hot as fuck this weekend.
It was hot as fuck this weekend.
So Saturday after I got out of work is about 10 o'clock. You all right there? You struggling?
Seem to have some lopsided sound going on here. That's because my right earbud is doing nothing.
Oh, that's not good.
Is that happening with yours?
I don't think so.
Check them.
Hello?
Can you hear?
Hello? Hello?
You getting even sound?
No. I'm only getting it in my right.
You're only getting it in your right, and I'm only getting it in my left.
That's fantastic.
What in the world?
Oh, well. Just let it go with it. Just go with it, man.
Okay.
It's been working.
Sounds good.
So, yeah, I split up the mowing because it was too fucking hot to do it. And I was push mowing because I still haven't fixed the fucking sit-down mower. Mm-hmm. Because I need people's help to do that. And Ron was going to help. But I forgot Ron was going to go out to Chicago.
Yeah.
And he proposed to his lovely fiance now. So that's fucking cool. Yeah. I'm putting both of them in because it feels weird to have one set in.
I wonder why it's doing that.
I don't know, man.
Seems super strange.
Oh, dude. We got good stuff going on in the chat. You should shout out the chat, brother.
Yeah, let's do that. DJ's in the chat. Big Richie Rich is in the chat. Lunar Girl, Dragon Buddy, Rural Farm Boys with us.
Hello. Dub just joined in the chat.
Oh, Dub's in the chat.
Hell
Dub's
yeah,
in
what's
the
up,
chat.
Dub?
Very, very nice.
What's
very
up,
nice.
everybody? How y'all doing? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Definitely happy you guys are with us. As always, well, I didn't talk about what I had going on.
Yeah, what'd you have going on, brother?
So, Supergirl's in the chat. What's going on?
Hello.
Hi, Kristen. Let's see, what did I do? We had my son's graduation party last weekend.
We set up a tent last week.
We set up a giant circus
with
fucking
no
tent.
fucking instructions.
No instructions. And not even all the poles.
Not even all the poles. And it looked fucking magical.
Yep, we totally did it.
It looked like some shit at a Dumbo circus. We did a good job.
Me, Brady, and Richie managed to just make some magic.
And your boy helped. Give him some credit.
Mikey helped for sure.
He held up some posts.
He did do that. And then yesterday, Mikey graduated high school. He walked. He gave a speech at his commencement. It was really good.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Talk about a proud moment.
Hell yeah.
And, for people who don't know a lot of my backstory, like my son's had more than his fair share of struggles getting through school. Like he just didn't like school in a way that, for lack of a better word, was visceral.
Yeah. Pretty much.
He absolutely hated school. So, we, along with, the excellent staff at my kid's school, he went to the Northwest Alternative School,
right?
Which they're changing their name next year to Northwest Connections, which I think is a good move.
Yeah, sounds better.
Moving on.
Because you don't want to be alternative. You don't want to be hip hop. You just got to be connected.
Connections.
You just got to have connections.
Yeah, the West Side Connection.
Northwest Side
Connection.
Northwest Side Connect. That is straight gangster right
is,
there. Oh my God. Thug life.
So anyway, Mikey gave a speech and, the principal was like, very few, when he gave Mike his diploma, he's like, very few times do I have a set of parents that I'm going to miss almost as much as the student, but the Sulskis were great.
That's awesome.
So we had a lot of fun with that. Like, we've been in constant contact with the staff over there. There's been a struggle at almost every step of the way. So they've just been fantastic there.
That's awesome.
In a way that the regular school system just, chews up kids and spits them out. This school picks them up and shows them the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got to listen to all kinds of inspiring speeches by kids that at a regular high school wouldn't be the one talking.
No, for sure.
Usually the only person you hear talking is the
smartest fucking kid with the brightest fucking future.
Yeah, the one that had
everything to lose.
Yeah, probably had a good home, had a good life, had every opportunity afforded to them.
Right.
These are kids that, despite all odds, pulled themselves up.
Right.
With the help of this, incredible staff. And it was just awesome to see all of that. And like, there was probably 3 speeches that just about moved me to tears.
That's awesome.
And then there was this kid that he had gone through everything the regular high school had to teach him. And then he came down to this school.
What's up, Richie Rich?
So that he could do all kinds of other things, like access all these other opportunities. I guess the kid's going to fucking go to Harvard. He's got a job lined up at the Natural History Museum at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. Like, he gave a speech that I'm like, this kid's going to be president. Like, pull the motorcade around and pick his ass up now.
Right. Damn.
It was just fantastic.
That's awesome.
It was, of all the shit that I've had to do for a school,
right?
Like, that was a cool fucking night.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So that's kind of what I've been up to.
Yeah, my kid graduated. Like, it's weird because our kid's last day of school was the same.
Yeah.
But my son graduated like a week earlier than yours.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. That was fun. I don't know if I talked about that, but I mean, nothing to talk about. Mine was like 100 kids versus your what? 20 something kids? 40?
No, I would say there was almost 40 kids.
Yeah. So it was a little bit bigger event outdoors.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, Richie says that was dope as hell. It really was a fantastic night for something that I was kind of like, I want to see my kid graduate, but I hate going to graduations.
Right.
Like
right.
this one was really cool.
Right. That's sweet. That's sweet.
Anything else cool happening?
I'm getting excited for going to ScarifCon.
Oh yes, me too.
That's around the corner.
It is. It's less than a month.
Looking forward to your 4th of July party.
Yep.
My kids are looking forward to it. They're talking about the boat already. Kaylin's already making plans for what she's going to do in a raft, and she wants to go with somebody. So she's already got plans. So.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So the kids will probably want to come in the studio and check it out again because they always
do their Titanic podcast.
Yeah, and do their Titanic podcast.
Yeah,
exactly.
Tell everybody about that.
The kids, every time I come over here and I have them with me, they want to come in the studio. They always got to see the studio, see what we've done to it, and then they always have to sit in mine and Don's seats.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny is because they were arguing over they found out whose seat was Don's and whose seat was Daddy's. And they were arguing over who gets to sit in Dad's seat. And I kind of I got a good chuckle out of it. It made me feel, it warmed my heart, made me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started pretending like they were doing a Titanic podcast. And they were talking about the saddest moment in Titanic. And they counted down and it was Jack when he died. And it was, my kids love the Titanic movie now. It's so fucking funny.
That's great. I was really bummed out that I didn't know this was happening because I would have came in and turned everything on and we would have recorded them.
I know, but we talked about that earlier. I just didn't want to bother you. You were engaged with people and it was your boy's moment. Like I didn't want to, I can bring the kids in here and show them around and have, it was, I was able to record them on the phone a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just think that it would be cool to revisit that in 10 years with them.
Right.
Be like, this is what you guys were talking about.
Right. Exactly. That would be pretty cool if we had it recorded in that way. But
for sure,
is what it is. I got something.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's cool, Duff. Don't worry about it. There was a lot of people that wanted to be here that didn't make it, or
I had 2 of them to go to that day. I went to one before that. It's been a hectic week for a few weeks.
Not next weekend, but the weekend after that, I've got one day that's got 4 of them.
Oh my god! Is that mine? That's mine. Mine's that day. Come last.
Yours is going to be the one I'm at most of the day. Because don't you need me to come out and help set up too?
Yeah. So
that's going to be my priority. But there's a lot of people that I'm going to be like, this is a card. You can have it. Bye.
Was that a fucking paper airplane?
Yes, it was, and it's got $50 in it.
There you go. Have a good one. Shit.
Well, so that's about what I got going on.
DJ's said work was rough and he's had a lot of Twitter drama.
Ooh, Twitter drama.
Twitter drama is the worst.
Speaking of Twitter drama, okay. Speaking of Twitter drama,
there it is.
Did you hear the big Batman Twitter drama?
No, I did not.
I can't remember if I put this in the notes, but it'll bear repeating anyway. There has been a big argument this past week on Twitter as to whether or not in the adult focused Harley Quinn cartoon that's on, I believe, HBO Max.
Okay.
Although it's not an adult streaming service, it is an adult show on a streaming service.
Right.
The creators wanted to do a scene where Batman is going down on Catwoman.
Whoa.
Right. So
fantastic.
Twitter is arguing over whether it would be appropriate to have Batman going down on Catwoman on a cartoon.
I feel like I'm blushing.
Right. DC ultimately said no. I'm assuming because they didn't want a character that they intend to keep moderately family friendly involved in some kind of sexual event. But those of us who are long life Batman fans know Batman has been incredibly sexually active.
Yes.
For the, since like way back in 66 when he was on, when Catwoman and all that was like hyper sexualized.
Right.
Like the fact that Batman is smashing is legitimately like laid out in every incarnation of any Batman thing at all.
Yeah.
Like Batman's smashing.
On the job.
He's smashing in the costume. He's smashing as Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
Batman's smashing.
getting it.
But
Just getting it.
do we need to see the cape and the cowl in between Catwoman's thighs?
I mean,
I need to see it.
yeah.
But does the rest of the world? I don't know.
Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But you know what? You don't have to look.
Right.
You don't have to
Right.
look. If you want to look, you take a little peek. You
Right.
just, okay. I've seen it.
So all that controversy aside, my official stance is with sex, violence, or foul language, I believe it all has a place in film if it helps the story.
Yeah.
But when it
It's just some
just becomes
explicit, just doing it to do it.
yeah. When it becomes a heavy thing that the story has to carry to
Right.
get to its point,
Right.
I don't like that.
Right.
Like even
Poison Ivy gave him a love potion
right.
on
And-
the lipstick.
I don't look at that any different when we're talking about like the long, ridiculous French kiss scene or Batman with his head in between Catwoman's thighs. Like, I think they're the same essentially.
I think they're a little bit different.
Or, somebody randomly dropping an F-bomb. It's all the same to me. Does this help the story?
Right.
Do
Oh, yeah,
do what
absolutely.
the story's doing? Or did we just put that in there because we either A, wanted a shock,
Right.
or B, wanted to create a sensual moment that didn't actually exist?
Jess said we were out and about and wanted to say hi and see if we could get a quick flash from you guys. Shirts up. Oh.
There
I
you go.
flashed them.
You've been flashed.
Yep.
So there's that. I'm pretty sure they're getting ready to
Go to New Orleans.
go to New Orleans. So
That's cool.
if you guys are doing that, man, enjoy your trip. We love you guys. Stay safe.
I need to get another drink.
I think you do.
Yeah.
So that's where I stand on that. If something moves the story, then yes. If not, no. And Jess would like me to say, go out and buy Shibas or Dogecoins.
Of course you would like you to say that.
So there's that. Hashtag cryptocurrency.
Hashtag cryptocurrency. Hell yeah.
You can find our show as always on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting apps like iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, Audible, and Google Play. Check out other Red 5 Network shows for all kinds of excellent podcasts, like From a Certain Point of View, who just gave us a rundown about what's cool to watch on Amazon Prime.
Yes, that was a fantastic episode. I
It
really
was a good
enjoyed that.
episode. I just caught up on that today. And Star Wars and Beyond, whose last episode had Big T and Little T on it. Have you seen any stuff with Big T and Little T?
No, but I've heard about them through other podcasts.
They have like this great father-son dynamic where they just kind of talk about Star Wars or whatever's going. Like Little T knows way too much about Star Wars for a little dude.
No, that's awesome.
It's great. And like I was going to tell you, it'd be really cool to be able to have them on this show. But if we were to talk to a child on the show,
Yeah, we couldn't do that.
it wouldn't work for our sailor mouths.
No, it wouldn't.
So
Now,
there's
if it's
that.
our kids, we can do that.
Right. Because my son's heard me say fuck
Yeah.
a billion fucking times
Yeah.
before he could walk.
Yes.
So
If you're listening, this is an audio podcast.
No. If you get a chance, if you want to listen to something kind of wholesome, Big T and Little T is good.
Nice.
Check out their show. And you know what I was thinking would be really interesting is if Jess and Jen sat down with Rinzen
Yeah,
and did a show like Big T, Little T.
that'd be good.
where they just talk about whatever they wanted to talk about.
Yes.
And that their family dynamic is really cute. I think that would be fun.
Oh, another podcast I listened to was that you had me listen to too was the WRST.
Yeah. Yeah, they just did a new show night before last.
Yeah, it was the about cosplay and
Yeah.
dude from the 501st, and he does all the like droids. He makes droids and shit like that. That was a good ass episode, dude.
Yep, definitely. DJ's talking because DJ's the one that had him on.
Yeah.
Big T and Little T was on the DJ was interviewing him, and it was a great interview.
Nice.
Little
Nice.
T even started grilling DJ about shit. It was funny.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hell yeah. So now, if you're listening to this as an audio podcast, please consider joining us live on Wednesday nights on YouTube at youtube.com/c/ATSW the Escape Pod, all one word.
Definitely. Please join us at patreon.com. Search ATSW the Escape Pod in the search creator bar to support our show and get in on the exclusive escape crate.
Hell yeah. It's good. I think people are, we need to get the video out. Did we ever get the video to Jess?
I got to tell you, I completely balked on that.
Okay. Well, when he gets back, we'll bother him. It'll just be a late video. So
Did they send that video to you?
they sent the video to, maybe they did send it to
I think
me.
they sent it to
Just
you.
me. I'll look for it later.
And then that's probably
where we dropped the ball.
yeah, I
there.
think I watched it and then I didn't pass it along.
Yeah, that's my fault.
So-
And your fault. It's both of our fault.
Yes.
We'll take the blame.
We'll send the escape crate number 4.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll send that video to Jess, and then I'm assuming sometime after their exceptional vacation,
He can do some things to it. Make it
yeah,
sexy.
he'll play with it.
Oh yeah, put in all the CGI.
Which is it's really funny because we sent out
George
the
Lucas the fuck out of it.
he is his own little George Lucas. We sent the escape crate out almost 3 weeks late.
Hell no. Okay, maybe.
I think it was.
Okay,
I think it was. And then now it's been another like 3 weeks since we got the video.
We're slacking on our pimping.
Yeah, I'm
life,
telling you.
man, life.
So I'm thinking escape crate number 4 and number 5 will come out on the same day.
That's possible. That's possible. Are we that close to already doing another one?
No,
I was gonna say, holy shit, man,
No.
but it's probably gonna fall in there.
I think it's only been 5 weeks.
Oh my god. Damn.
You want to tell them about our T Public store?
Let's talk about that. Because you need to please visit our T Public store. Search ATSW the Escape Pod and make sure that you scroll down and look at all the random goodies like coffee mugs, stickers, and tote bags. In addition to sweet t-shirts and hoodies.
Coffee
Yeah, you can
mugs.
get the Never Dab Again coffee mug.
Why can't I get the?
Because the glare. Because the
Yeah,
lights.
the glare is fucking up there. Oh,
There it is. Never dab again.
Um,
I never dab again.
we've got 2 new shirt ideas too that are working their way to the site. We'll let you know when they go out.
Yeah.
And when you get stuff that's new or during the sales, you get was it $18-19 shirt? Oh, it's a $15 shirt for like $12 or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that.
So
yeah, I think it's 13.
is it
I think
13?
it's 13.
You get a 35% discount when they have their sales.
We need to maybe talk offline about this, but I'm gonna bring it up now to put us on the spot. I think if the people buy stuff and then they show us that they bought it, because we'll see we get the sale, but then when they get it in the mail,
Yeah.
if they post a picture in the escape pod on Facebook or tag us on Facebook and or Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
we can add more to the drawing for the escape crate.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
We can add like, I don't know, 5, 10.
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like that.
definitely. Let's start doing that.
Okay.
If people show us that you got new merch,
Yeah.
we'll put you in for entries into the escape crate.
Fuck it. We'll backfill it. If you have escape pod merch that you have purchased, put it on Instagram or Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
tag us in it, and we'll add the points now. And each time you do it, we'll just add the points, and we'll just add the points.
Yeah.
I think that'd be sweet.
I definitely think that's a good idea.
Because I know there's a lot of people who bought our stuff already, and I don't
Mhm.
want to fucking screw them over because I know how budgets can be tight. I know my budget's a lot tighter right now.
Right.
So
yeah,
let's-
we're real slow at work.
So
See
if
who's
you've
in the chat.
supported us, oh, what's up, dude?
Jason Roscom in the chat, everybody from the Sidebar Cantina podcast.
I'm never going to accept Brady's hair the way it is. It just feels wrong. I've had my hair like this like forever leading up to me having long hair. That's what's hilarious.
You got to look at Brady's hair like this, like Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
When Thor
yes,
lost hair.
dude. Thor lost his fucking hair.
Yep.
I love you, man. You're the fucking greatest. That's fucking awesome.
This is his Thor Ragnarok hair.
We're friends from work.
Yes.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Well, I kind of already shouted out the chat, and we've updated the newcomers. So, you want to get into shout outs?
Let's get into our shout outs. First and foremost, always goes to the Sidebar Cantina. That is the mothership. That is Dave and Jason. That is the New Jersey Delphians. That is the homies doing their thing. I was listening to the beginning of the last episode, and life got in the way. And next thing I know, I turned my phone off, put it in my pocket. I was making dinner. I was doing all kinds of things. So I'll probably listen to that walking around while I'm at work now, because I'm getting better at doing that.
I'm going to get super controversial right now.
Oh, shit.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're not going to respect me for this.
Probably not.
I didn't listen to the last episode because I have very little hope for anything going on in Indiana Jones.
Oh.
I know. And I have, I still like, The Last Crusade and the Temple of Doom, and I will occasionally go back and watch those.
Yeah.
But I don't have the reverence for it that a lot of people do.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Like, I haven't even watched it. I'm not going to hate on your opinion, because we're all allowed to have them and, be fucking out there and outrageous. That's cool. Be different, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm expecting another shitty movie like Crystal Skull.
I don't think Crystal Skull was shitty, because I like aliens and that. Now, some of the shit was a little outrageous, a little kooky.
Yeah.
Like the ant termite thingy, whatever the fuck those were in the Crystal Skull. That was just like, what the fuck?
Fair enough. I
hate you.
I'm just saying, like, everybody is doing a podcast or talking about Indiana Jones right now.
Right.
And I just don't love it.
I don't see the need. I haven't brought it up to you, so I think we're doing something right.
Yeah. I just don't love it.
And that's fine.
And I know that, like,
controversial fucker.
There are people out there that like Indiana Jones like we like Star Wars.
Absolutely.
I'm
not one of those people.
I like Indiana Jones just fine. There's like two of them that are better than the rest. I personally don't like Crystal Skull. And that was right.
Rock and roll, man.
Right at the point where Shia LaBeouf really fucking lost his mind.
Yeah.
And so, like, the movie's kind of tainted by
that
Shia LaBeouf losing his fucking mind.
That sucks.
And I can't see that. Well, even
can't unsee it in the character.
Even watching the first 3 Transformers movies now, I can't unsee that because he lost his shit.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
Randy Quaid was fantastic in a lot of things I really love, like Christmas Vacation. But once he gets to be older, Randy Quaid, and he grows out that beard, I can't unsee him like losing his mind in the middle of a crack bender in a hotel in Canada, talking about how the government stole his life.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, even the character that he plays in Independence Day triggers that, because I'm like, oh, that's crazy, Randy Quaid.
Right.
Because
I got you.
Even like the people who worked with him, like back Christmas Vacation era, was like, Randy Quaid's like, he's entertaining, but that motherfucker's different.
Right.
But once he goes straight up nutbag, I'm like,
I can't do it.
I just can't.
What's up, Hector?
Do it. What's going on, Hector? Anyway.
Oh, dude, you got to go back.
Oh, I cut you off in the middle of shout out. That's where we're at.
What the fuck, man?
Talk about a sidebar.
Yeah. Check out Use and Abuse with Kim and Scott. They're doing their thing. Missed out on a double feature. I think life got in the way, as life tends to happen.
Definitely.
So they missed it, but they did their NASCAR one. They did the racing. I don't want to call it NASCAR because I think they're covering both racing, open wheel and NASCAR.
Yeah, and
I'm not the biggest fan of either.
I don't do racing.
But I'm gonna tell you what, dude. When fucking Scott gets on a rant about his fucking NASCAR, his open wheel, he gets on a fucking rant and it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. I love his passion. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but his passion is just like, get some, Scott. So next, check out Big Swede's Excellent Adventure and Tactical Swede and Swede Reacts on YouTube and something Swede. And I'm Sexy and I pre-Swede it everywhere because I think people forgot about the pre-Swede.
Yeah.
The pre-Swede's out there. You need to get off your fucking phone.
Sorry. Apparently there was something I missed in the Red 5 chat. That was apparently what everybody was talking about earlier in the chat. About Twitter drama.
Oh.
And we just I'll catch up on that. I had no idea there was a to-do in the Red 5 chat.
What?
That's right.
Okay. And with that, I'm done with shout outs.
Okay, great. The group of Red Fivers are like a huge super accepting nerd community.
Right.
And they stay away from almost all things that could be considered hot button. Although I did just bring up Indiana Jones, I might get kicked out of the club.
You might get kicked out. But I agreed with you, so we both might be out.
We might be in rough water.
Yeah, it's not good.
But there's something going on in there that I'm gonna have to digest later on.
Okay. We'll have to talk about it after the show.
Or not.
Yeah.
Patreon shout outs, as always, Scott and Kim Rasmussen. I think Scott and Kim Rasmussen were our first Patreon supporters.
They were. They're the best.
They are the best.
Scott and Kim are fucking awesome, dude.
Todd Lovin.
That's my dad. He's pretty fucking rocking too.
He's pretty cool.
Let's talk about Jen and Jess Bolt.
Jen and Jess Bolt.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Hell
Big
yeah.
Sweet.
Super awesome, dude.
Lunar Girl and Dragon Buddy.
Did I mention awesome before?
Right.
Oh my God.
Richie the King Armbruster.
Awesome Part 2, the sequel.
Kristen Roscom.
Did you know there's a trilogy of awesomeness going on right now?
Ron Old Man Johnson.
Taking it back to the awesome.
Ah, geez. Backyard TARDIS.
He's pretty fucking awesome for a phone booth.
Let me stop right there. Backyard TARDIS has a YouTube show called Adventures in Locksmithing.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
No.
It is a fantastic little vlog. He only does like 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
But it's always like some shit that he got into because he's a professional locksmith.
Right.
So it's like, oh, the bank repoed this house and I got to go in there. And I go in there and it is a shithole squatter's heaven.
Oh my God.
Like hoarder mess kind of shit.
Ooh.
So if you want to go out on YouTube, everybody, and check out Adventures in Locksmithing,
That's
fucking
fantastic.
like and subscribe that shit.
Check it out later.
You need that in your life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Eric Dub Williams.
Awesome.
Awesome. Philly Dave Martin.
Philly awesome.
Philly. And as always, Nostalgia Inc. sponsoring the Escape Crate.
Because they're awesome. They bring you gifts and goodies. You can't fucking beat that.
They put great things in there.
Hell yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's movie time. Movie time. It's movie time. Movie time.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I love movie time. Lord of the Rings gets anime film with the War of the Warham about the origin of Helm's Deep. No info about when it will begin or where it will be found when it is to have what? No info about when it will begin or where it will be found when it is done have been released. That makes no sense.
That was gangster shit.
Yeah, don't know what happened.
All right.
Don't know what happened.
And I think it's
If it's on the monitor, if it's on the teleprompter, I read it.
I think it's Rohirrim.
Yeah, I was close.
And I don't know how many Lord of the Rings nerds that you've met.
I'm not one of them.
They're real stabby.
Yeah, they'll probably stab the shit out of me, and that's fine. I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy. I came to God with that. I came to Jesus and my father about it.
Me either.
I told my dad, I said, look, I just don't like the movie like you guys do. I don't like the movies.
You've seen Clerks too, right?
Yes, dude, there's only one trilogy.
Yeah, the whole scene where Randall is walking around, he's like walking, and he turns around, walks the other way, and then he walks the other way, he takes off his fake ring, and he chucks it in the volcano. That's how I feel about the Lord of the Rings. And I know that like some nerds will get so upset about it that somebody's going to throw up.
Yeah. Oh, well, shit happens. I've never been a Lord of the Rings person.
Learner girl, Lord of the Rings nerd.
Yeah, that's good for her, but don't shit on me because I'm not a fucking fan. You can be a fan.
I respect it. I just think that they're 3-hour movies that should have been boiled down to hour 45.
I mean, I don't know if that's. I mean, a 2-hour movie's fine.
2 hours?
2-hour movie's fine.
Okay, but you need to, in order to get through all those movies, you need to invest
because
10
if I was
solid
a fan,
hours.
I would want more. Give me all you can.
Yeah, they did that. They did the Hobbit movies, which put almost the entire audience to sleep.
I'm just saying.
And then when you get to the end of it, they call some fucking birds that fly them.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I can't even imagine what's going on right now. This is so weird.
So let's say Lord of the Rings is 3 movies about people walking.
Yeah.
The Hobbit movies are 3 movies about people walking.
I don't want to see that.
But at the end of it,
they get attacked by birds?
No, the one guy uses
seagulls.
Yes. The one guy calls some eagles or some I don't know, Vulcans. I don't fucking know.
They fucking come down with their fucking pointy ears and shit. They're fucking pinching people on the shoulders and like, fuck, live long, prosper, bitch.
No, they call some birds and they ride these birds.
Dragon buddy, but stabby.
They ride these birds to wherever it is they were going. And I just, after having watched 9
Thank
hours.
you, Royal Farm Boy.
What did he say?
He said, I'm with Brady. Lord of the Rings, not for me.
Still respectful. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick.
Right.
You get to the end of the movie, they get on the birds, they fly to the place that they wanted to go, and I just don't understand why they didn't call the fucking birds at the beginning and just fucking fly there.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and it very well may be that it's just so much not for me that I can't grasp the reason why.
Bumbleberry Cumberbund played a great Smaug.
Yeah, Curdle Snoot.
Captain Curdle Snoot.
Bojangles Curdle Snoot.
Bojangles.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
What?
Anyway.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So that's where I'm at on Lord of the Rings.
Wow, we're never going to get through this episode.
Ever. Moving on. Jamelia Jamil, what a name.
Nice.
Is playing a villain named Tatiana in... No, Titian.
No, I doubt it's Titiana for the show it's going to be on.
Titania.
There you go.
Thank you. In Disney Plus's series She-Hulk.
Nice.
Which I've never read She-Hulk, so
it's
what? Titania. Titania. I don't know.
Tidman.
I don't know why my brain said that says Tatiana, but Titania.
Tatiana Ali.
Titania.
La, 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 la.
I would say it's probably Titania.
Hey, possibly.
I'm editing all this out.
No, you're not. I'm not even yelling at you. It's fine. Do your thing, man. Oh, shit. Wakanda Disney Plus series in development as Ryan Coogler Inc.'s 5-year Disney TV deal. Oh, that's awesome. He's going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I like that.
I was super excited to see.
That's awesome.
I don't think I've seen anything I didn't like that Ryan Coogler did.
Right.
So more Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Let's
hell
do it.
Yeah.
DC's what?
I'm just laughing at the chat.
Bojangles
Curdle Snoot.
DC's The Flash movie is reportedly getting another Barry Allen or another Flash version It's getting Grant Gustafson as Barry Allen doing a cameo.
Hell yeah.
More so reinforcing that we're going to get a multiverse.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I love it, dude. I'm excited for this film.
Me too.
All the people that, I mean, I know here you left some of the wording out on what we were saying. Bring this shit on. The more the merrier, dude.
Yep.
If it makes sense to the story, like we were talking about earlier, do it.
Yep.
Do it.
We're going to see all these versions of Batman and all these versions of Flash.
Right.
I think this is great.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We already kind of talked about this, so do we need to?
Yeah. Once again, the Twitter argument over Harley Quinn
and Batman
eating out Catwoman
and all that.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I mean, we could talk about it again.
Tastes like kibble.
Kibble and bits. Gross. That's gross.
What is that?
That's so gross.
What is this meow mix?
Oh, Jesus.
Power up.
I'm bad.
Oh, makes me want to jump up and punch a block.
Hell yeah. I don't even think that was a real sound, but it sounded like it could be possibly from a bad video game.
It could have been. Well, everybody, this was E3 week.
Yes.
So if you're not hip on what E3 is, there are quite a few small video game conferences that happen throughout the nation, but E3 is the big one. It is the Grammys,
Yes.
it is the Oscars, it is the the big event in video games.
Yes.
Every year, E3.
Yes.
So this is the opportunity for all these big developers to get out on stage and say, hey, this is what we got. This is what we got. This is what we're going to do this year.
Right.
Are you fucking hype? So we're going to give you a quick rundown of like some of the announcements. And the plan as of now is me and my son Mike are going to do a mini show later on this week where we're going to get into the minutia of what the developers brought to the table.
Yeah. You were talking to me about that. I'm loving it. Do it, man.
But I'm not making any guarantees because, things have a tendency to get built up and fall apart. So, but that's the plan.
Yes.
So we're just going to give you the highlights.
Hell yeah. We're just going to talk about mainly what the developers said, the titles they brought, pretty much all we're going to speak on. I mean, if you want to say, oh yeah, blah, blah, whatever,
sure.
That's cool. But,
you want to tell us what my favorite developer was up to?
Square Enix.
Love
Oh, Enix. Is that how it is?
Yes.
I've never known how it was pronounced.
Yeah, Square Enix.
I've never heard it pronounced. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. The War for Wakanda expansion for Marvel's Avengers. Life is Strange, True Colors. Babylon's Fall. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, and more.
They had a few more even smaller titles than that. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, that's going to be it's going to be a complete story.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Whereas anybody who's played the Marvel's Avengers knows that's more of a games as a service kind of a game.
Right.
So, multiplayer online.
Yeah.
Life is Strange is kind of like a choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
I have no idea what the other ones are. Jess sent me a video about Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins. That's going to be I'm assuming more of a like Final Fantasy Tactics kind of game.
Yeah.
A little bit more like not part of the main thrust of the games, but like kind of, hey, this is a thing tangentially.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's an idea we had. Check it out. It's a game.
Right.
I got to catch up on that. Like me and Mikey will talk more about that.
Nice.
Microsoft had a pretty big show, but really they boils down to 4 really big titles.
Yeah.
And anybody who's been following video games knows that Microsoft bought Bethesda this past year. So some of this is Bethesda heavy.
Yeah.
And it really seems like Microsoft and Bethesda are going to separate themselves even more from the other developers.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling that people who love Bethesda stuff, we're going to lose Bethesda to Microsoft.
It happens.
And I hate to break it to Microsoft. I'm not buying an Xbox. It's not going to happen.
It's fine.
So you stole one of my favorite studios, and I'm just going to have to live with that.
Yes, you are.
Microsoft announced Starfield, which is like a huge MMO, like giant fucking game.
Yeah.
Made primarily by Bethesda. So that's going to be a bummer for me. Microsoft announced their new Halo game, Halo Infinite. Well, they didn't announce it. They shared more about it.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 5, which is, if you're a racing game person, if you're PlayStation, you have the Gran Turismo series.
Yep.
And if you're Xbox, you have Forza. And it's just...
Forza is just more... It's newer.
Yeah. It's
Forza, newer, Gran Turismo.
Right.
Really.
Right. It's just Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah, really is.
You
I
know.
would agree with that.
And then there's a really interesting game coming out called Redfall. We won't get into that. I'll save that for another show. But that looks fucking interesting. Like, it's more likely I would get an Xbox to play a game like Redfall.
Yeah.
Than I would get it to be able to play Bethesda shit.
Fair enough.
Like, I will say fuck you out of spite. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Ubisoft, Far Cry 6, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and Rainbow Six Extraction.
Now, those games will all be multi-platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ubisoft is a wherever you get your games kind of company.
Right.
The big exciting show of the conference was the Nintendo show. They announced with Xbox or Microsoft, a lot of their big presentation was wrapped up in stuff everybody knew was already in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Nintendo dropped their nuts on the table. They have a new Zelda Breath of the Wild game coming out that's going to be out in 2022. And anybody who played the original Breath of the Wild when the Switch came out, that's huge. That game is amazing. They announced a new Metroid game. We haven't had a new Metroid game in 15, 16 years.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. You were mad excited about that.
I'm so super level excited about this. This is a Metroid 2D side scroller game that has the graphical quality of a next gen system. It's everything I saw as far as gameplay looks amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get my hands on that. Other games that they listed were Shin Megami Tensei 5, which I have no idea.
Well, it's Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Right.
I mean, it's after 4. 4 was what it was. I mean, let's call it what it was. And then
it was.
Yeah, and then there's 5. And 5 is the new hotness. So we're gonna check that out and see if it lives up to the hype that 4 had.
Right. Whatever he just said.
Makes sense.
It appears to be some kind of a strategy-based game.
That's what I said.
Right.
If you weren't paying attention, it sounds like you weren't listening to me.
Yeah. No, I was listening.
Okay. I just feel like you didn't hear all my words.
I was listening and you were glistening, is what I'm saying.
It's, I got a nice tan from being in Florida.
Then they, Nintendo continued to, amaze, but satisfy with, their old standards. There's a new Mario Party game coming out.
Nice.
There's a new Smash Brothers game coming out. And a few more of their core Nintendo fan stuff.
Right.
which I'm not. I like some Nintendo games, but I'm a PlayStation guy who plays some Nintendo stuff.
I last had a Nintendo Wii when my kids were younger, when the Nintendo Wii was all the rage, and we play the bowling game and the tennis and stuff like that. Like the Wii Sports is what we mainly played on ours. I don't even think my son played much on the Wii.
Yeah.
And he's a big gamer.
Now that you bring that up, there is a new Nintendo golf game coming out.
Right.
That works much like the Wii. You use the little dongles off of the Switch.
Oh, nice.
Like
sweet.
And that looks pretty good.
That's cool.
And then Sony, just like in 2019, they didn't attend the conference.
They said, fuck it, we're out. We're going to do our own thing.
Yep. And the last time that they had a direct, me and Mikey did a show. Unfortunately, I think when they finally come out with the direct, Mikey might be gone to the Navy.
Yep.
So it might be a thing that I have to do myself this time.
Maybe I can just show up and then just make you talk, and then I can poke at you.
That would be good.
Yeah, we can do that.
So we'll talk about that more when it happens.
These are the hot sheets. Best investigator reporting on the planet.
For sure.
It is the best.
It's the best.
You know, you can't get much better than what we got.
No.
I mean, you have to be scouring the Googles and all that shit, the TMZs and whatnots.
Right. You have to be better reporters than we are.
Yeah. So,
which is hard.
Yeah. And then you got to get a soundboard and live up to that fucking jangle.
Yeah. Because Will Smith's not going to go ahead and lend his voice to just any show.
Yeah. No, he doesn't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Hell no. It's a good day. Jack Black and Ice Cube are teaming up for a wild new comedy called Oh Hell No.
Right. Where do you stand on Jack Black and Ice Cube in movies?
I'm a fan of both of them. Obviously the Friday movies, but like All About the Benjamins with Ice Cube and Mike Epps is one of my favorite fucking movies. It's not one of my favorite movies, but like it's a go-to comedy. It's fucking funny as shit.
Right. I feel the same way. And as far as like Jack Black, like School of Rock, and, Nacho Libre and shit, like just everything. Did you see the one? The fuck was the name of that movie? Jack Black invents a spray stuff that he sprays on poop and it makes it go away. It's called Vaporize.
No.
I forget what the fuck it's called.
What's the one I watched with Jack Black and Mos Def? Please be kind, rewind.
Be kind, rewind.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yep. So I mean, the amount of cred that these two actors have, you're gonna get a good fucking movie.
I'm gonna watch it. I mean, whether I go see it in the theater, I don't know, but I definitely it's gonna be one of those things when it comes out. I'm gonna be like, I gotta check this out.
Definitely.
It depends on what it's competing with.
Right.
I don't go to all the movies like you do. You go to all the movies.
I go to all the movies. The Argentina branch of Sony Pictures tweeted and then deleted image of Spider-Man No Way Home logo that shifted between different styles. This has fans theorizing that there are multiple fonts in the image that could hint to multiple versions of Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse style tricks. So Spider-Man No Way Home may indeed be in the multiverse.
I really fucking hope so. Like if they don't, I kind of think they screwed themselves because that's what everybody thinks this movie is.
Yep.
Everybody seems to think this is what that movie is. And if they don't make that, I think people are going to be like Last Jedi. They're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, me too.
You sons of bitches.
Sons of bitches.
Worst movie ever.
Yep.
Spider-Man's not even a real spider. It doesn't even make sense. I'm just saying.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. Regina King reacts to rumors she's directing Black Superman movie. That is news to me. So this is either debunking the rumor or a clever misdirect.
Yeah. So, and honestly, I don't know anything beyond that. It's just, I thought it was interesting. She brought it up.
Nice.
I think at one point that was in our movie rumors that she was going to direct a Black Superman movie.
It's possible. We do a lot of rumors. We cover a lot of stuff.
For sure. God of War movie rumors debunked by Sony. Sony's announced extensive plans to adapt some of their more popular video game franchises for the big screen, but God of War is not part of those plans, according to them.
And now it's time for Sports Talk with your hosts, Dangerous Don Juan DellaSnooch, beautiful Brady Lovin, here on the Escape Pod.
Hell yeah.
The first Olympic teams have arrived in Japan for the Tokyo Olympics, where they're going to spend the next 7 weeks before the games confined to their hotels. The players are complaining that they can't even go outside for a walk.
That's fucked up. That sucks.
It is fucked up.
That sucks.
That takes that bubble thing to an extreme.
Hell yeah, it does.
Leave it to Japan.
Well, you know. Yeah, you know.
I used to work for the Japanese. They do everything like that.
They're strict.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan caught a dolphin to capture an early lead in a $3.4 million fishing tournament in North Carolina.
Holy shit.
That's fucking awesome. This is news to me because Michael Jordan is one of my idols growing up, so I had to throw this in sports news. Michael Jordan bought his boat to the Crystal Coast for the 2021 Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament. The NBA legend and his Catch 23 crew hit the leaderboard on day one by catching a 25-pound dolphin. Jordan and company are competing for a $3.4 million purse to top the North Carolina fishing event.
I like Michael Jordan more knowing that he named his boat Catch 23.
Isn't that fantastic?
I think that's fantastic.
Michael Jordan's a fucking man, dude.
So I am usually excited to bring I'm really usually excited to bring you Michigan news.
Right.
This is not one of those times.
No, that's not.
Ex-Michigan football players and students are demanding action from the school over Robert Anderson's sexual abuse. Dozens of former Michigan players and other students say they were sexually assaulted by Dr. Roberts during his tenure. Apparently, this happened while the great Bo Schembechler was in charge of the football program. They're even debating whether or not they want to take down Bo Schembechler's statue.
I hope not.
Which is like huge.
Yeah.
So, like I said, sad news for Michigan. I'm really kind of bummed out that's part of our past.
Right. Yeah.
Every school's got bad shit that happens, and apparently it's our turn.
Yeah. You guys are no different. Michigan's no different.
True story. Let's get into Bad Batch, buddy.
Hell yeah. So we're going to be talking about episode 7. So if you haven't, this normally takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe about.
Yeah. So tune in about 5 minutes or scrub through about 5 minutes. You hear us talking, go, no, fuck that. Can't listen. And then you'll find us.
Right.
We'll be there. We'll be there waiting.
The Bad Batch episode 7, Battle Scars, directed by Saul Ruiz and written by Jennifer Corbett.
The Bad Batch has taken a small job hunting down a lizard for Sid. But after their failure to return with the tactical droid's data, Sid tells the Bad Batch that they will need to do a big job to pay off their debt to her.
They are interrupted by Trace and Rafa's mysterious client, their old friend, Captain Rex.
Hell,
what a fucking moment.
Oh, so excited to see him. Hell yeah, dude.
The group spends some time catching up. Rex knows right away that Omega is a clone, which I thought was real interesting.
Yeah, how he picked up on it so quick.
Yep. And Rex is alarmed to learn that the Bad Batch have yet to remove their inhibitor chips like he had.
They go to Braca, a starship graveyard planet controlled by the Scrapper Guild, sneak onto an old Jedi cruiser to use it as a medical bay. On the way, Tech develops a device that will help locate where everyone's chips are so they can be removed.
Wrecker is almost eaten by a giant squid-like creature when he falls from a rope. And during the scan, Wrecker's agitation activates his chip, and he attacks his teammates. And then they all begin to fight.
The squid-like creature correct me if I'm wrong, is the same creature from A New Hope that was in the trash compactor.
It very well may be.
I think that's what they said. I think somewhere I seen that's what they said it was.
I did not see those two things put together, but that seems very likely.
Yeah. He eventually has Omega cornered and is about to kill her when Rex stuns him. While he is subdued, his chip is removed. The others all have their chips removed after Wrecker wakes up. Rex takes his leave once all the chips are gone. As they say goodbye, Hunter is seen by members of the Scrapper Guild.
I'm not sure why we need hugs. Easter eggs. Clone Captain Rex returns to Star Wars animated universe. For those who don't know, he's a long-standing character in the Clone Wars, second only to the central cast of Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Padme Amidala, and Ahsoka Tano.
So he's fifth. He's not second to. He's fifth on the list.
True story. I would go ahead and say though that Captain Rex is more pivotal than Padme Amidala is in the Clone Wars. She's really she's treated kind of like the droids. Like she's not a central character of that, in my opinion.
Agreed. At the end of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka succeeded with great difficulty in removing Rex's control chip before the other clones could kill her as part of the new Emperor's Order 66. He had to see the death of those clones firsthand, which led him to realize that they died on the wrong side of the war.
Yeah. Lunar Girl's clarifying that that's about the Michigan News, comparing that to the Jerry Sandusky drama.
I gotcha.
It's definitely on par with some of that.
Yeah.
Rex turns out to be the person that the Martez sisters were contracting last week. It makes sense that he would know them since he was close to Ahsoka, whom first met Rafa and Trace in the Clone Wars. She likely put him in touch with the sisters.
I'm thinking that. Are you thinking that? I'm really thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get to see her in this. That would be fucking awesome.
It would, even if it's just ancillary, like it's, you're just, she's over a hollow or she's over there.
Yeah.
Like,
but you see her visually.
I like those little touchstones. Battle Scars also implies that Rex is still in touch with Ahsoka herself as she tries to fight against the Empire without putting a target on her own back.
Rocka's ship-breaking yards are perhaps best known as the setting of the opening missions on the video game Jedi Fallen Order. Former Jedi Padawan Cal Kestis works there while attempting to hide from the Empire.
Mm-hmm. I picked up on that right away.
Me too.
So that's all we got for Bad Batch.
Great episode once again.
Yeah. So far, this is hitting on all cylinders.
I'm enjoying it.
And I'm
waiting for the stinker.
Yeah, there's got to be one. There's like 16 episodes in
16,
season 1.
So there's got to be some.
There's got to be a fucking droid episode somewhere.
It's gonna happen.
Or maybe they learned through fan backlash that they don't want droid episodes. Maybe there would have been 23 if they had droid episodes.
Dude, that'd be awesome if they learned their lesson. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
It's still a kid's show.
If somebody in Hollywood learned a fucking lesson.
It's still a kid's show.
Right.
I put that in quotations.
Exactly. We always have to remind ourselves that it's a children's show that we love as adults. That's on us, not on the creators. A little more whiskey there. Oh shit. Did your sound just kick in on both sides?
Yeah.
Mine too. What the fuck? Maybe I just needed some more whiskey.
Maybe that's all it took.
Yeah, we were lopsided.
Hell yeah.
Loki. Let's get into Loki.
We don't know how long this is going to take. This is our first, because we're waiting, because our show comes out the day the episodes come out, but we're waiting a week. So we're always going to be a week behind of whatever's happening in the Loki universe.
Yep. So you're always going to get a whole week to catch up on Loki before we talk about it. But if you haven't seen Loki, dip out. We'll be a few minutes. Come back in.
Check us out. If we're here, fucking just, don't even, and then come back. Maybe we're here. We'll tell you what's going on, and then you can listen.
Yes.
Check this out.
Episode 1, Glorious Purpose, directed by Kate Herron and written by Michael Waldron. Oh, wow, that was rough. Loki is arrested by the Time Variance Authority when he creates a new timeline after escaping from the Battle of New York with a Tesseract in 2012. The TVA resets the timeline and Loki is sent to a TVA facility. Loki is briefed by a video about the TVA and that he is a variant Loki, not the real one.
No.
Loki will stand trial in front of Judge Ravana Renslayer at the TVA's headquarters for crimes against the sacred timeline.
We meet Agent Mobius M. Mobius as he is looking over a crime scene. During that, Loki blames the Avengers for creating the situation by traveling back in time. But Renslayer says their actions were meant to happen, unlike Loki's escape. Agent Mobius M. Mobius then intercedes in the case.
What a name, Mobius M. Mobius.
Yeah.
He takes Loki to the Time Theater to review his past misdeeds and questions his history of hurting people, showing Loki that in his intended future inadvertently causes the death of his adopted mother, Frigga.
Yes.
Which I always like, why Frigga?
Yeah, but you know, they gotta figure out a name somehow or another. Loki attempts to escape, but gives up after realizing that the TVA's power exceeds that of the Infinity Stones. He returns to the Time Theater and watches more of his future, including his own death at the hands of Thanos. After seeing this, Loki agrees to help Mobius hunt another variant of Loki who has killed several TVA officers. That
was a real weird reveal.
Yeah.
Like the second Loki was like, fuck, I'm not me that I think I am.
I almost thought for a second, I bet you he's gonna have to catch himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I had that first one, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I just got sucked back in, so I didn't have another thought to it. And then it turned it out, but I was like, oh shit, I was half right.
Easter eggs. The Time Variance Authority was created by Walt Simonson in the pages of his legendary run of Marvel's Thor comics back in 1986.
Nice. All middle management TVA employees look exactly like Mobius. This was a loving nod towards the brilliant Marvel writer-editor Mark Gruenwald, keeper of Marvel continuity in the 80s and 90s, and also author of one of the longest and best runs of Captain America comics. It appears that in the MCU, there's only one Mobius, but who can tell with the TVA?
Yeah, so we don't really know what they're going to do with the show. I think that they'll probably just have Owen Wilson be Owen Wilson and then have other people be the other characters just to not confuse the audience.
Right.
But in the comics, they definitely gave them all the same face, kind of like Agent Smith in The Matrix.
Right.
Gugu Mbatha Raw. Wow, that was tough. Who you may still best know from Black Mirror standout San Junipero's episode. Have you ever seen Black Mirror?
I think I've seen the first episode.
It's so good. Very Twilight Zone-y, but modern. She plays Ravonna Renslayer, a former TVA hunter turned judge. In the comics, Ravonna was a time-traveling princess linked to Kang the Conqueror. But Loki's version of the character is quite different. At least she is so far. We do know that there are some Kang-flavored stuff coming up in Ant-Man 3.
I heard that rumor too.
Yeah.
As far as we can tell, Woonman Musku's Hunter B-15 isn't directly based on any one Marvel Comics character. But her general badassery and take no shit from anyone attitude feels faintly reminiscent of Justice Peace.
I don't know a lot about that.
I don't know shit about that.
But I'm interested in finding out more.
Yeah, don't know shit about that.
The TVA is in charge of making sure the sacred timeline remains intact. That sacred timeline is the main continuity of the MCU. They're doing this because Nexus events create new timelines. They had a problem with that before.
This has all happened due to a multiversal war. This seems to be a big shout out to Jonathan Hickman's New Avengers run, which culminated in 2015 Secret Wars. In this storyline, entropy was spreading through the multiverse and was causing alternate Earths to collide.
Yep. Anybody who's gotten into the Secret Wars, like that whole run is like full of just this woven tapestry of bizarre shit that's going on, and then it just kind of draws it all together into a bow at the end. It's a very convoluted run, and you know, this comic and this comic are all doing these, and then it just goes and you're like,
how the fuck did you do that?
Right. In Marvel Comics, the nexus of all realities first appears in 1972 Fear number 11. It's a cross-dimensional gateway that provides access to all possible realities and is a place where all of the realities in the multiverse intersect. Amusingly, Howard the Duck was brought to Earth in the comics through the nexus of all realities.
Nice.
Wanda Maximov in WandaVision is often referred to as a nexus being. So the multiversal anchor who protects us all from the threats outside of our reality.
Nice.
And I believe Doctor Strange has a strong role to play in that too.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
We're going to get a ton about this, I think, in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. At another point during the TVA orientation video, Miss Minute says that a Nexus event that is left unchecked could branch off into madness, leading to another multiversal war. It is probably not an accident that the word madness is used here, as next March we are getting a movie called Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
That's funny.
That's
I just
crazy.
almost kind of said that.
Yep. Is it time?
It is time. Are you ready for your constitutional?
Yes. Oh, yes. Are you ready?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Hello, this is George Decay, reminding you, Don and Brady, for your mid-show pee break. Oh my, may I watch? Wang.
Okay, so I just asked the chat how the sound is going. Me and Brady added essentially we added headphones, earbuds, to try and isolate some of the sounds that we were getting that I think the mics were picking up from our monitor system and all that. We were going to go with a real high-tech system that was, quite a bit more money, but it had this weird latency. So it was like listening to yourself talk in an echoey room. So then we went with, the actual corded earbud system, hoping it makes an improvement. Otherwise we just have earbuds in because it's silly. Next week we are going to delve into Order 66. We're going to talk about all the cool things that happen in and out of the Star Wars universe during Order 66. we're pretty excited about that episode. We've been talking about doing it for a while. There's lots of cool shit to talk about. And the Bad Batch has really given us just another layer. So it's going to be good shit.
Now I can talk.
Yeah, now you can talk. And then after that, we're going to maybe or maybe not, we're going to do
the Batman.
A new Batman movie that came out, The Long Halloween.
Yeah.
And unless we watch it and we don't like it, and then we're just going to fucking bypass it. And then after that, we're going to do a podcast with a bunch of other Red 5 members, and we're going to talk about how to make a podcast.
Hell yeah.
So that's what we got coming. I'm going to let you talk to the folks while I go do my business.
Luna Girl, what does all the Star Wars universe mean?
I think she just wants more Star Wars universe.
You want us to do some more Star Wars stuff? That's cool. Oh, that was something I brought up. I made a note of it. Let me see if I can find that note. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas or any things you think we should cover within the Escape Pod, send us a message. Let us know, especially through Facebook Messenger. That's one of the easiest ways to get in contact with us. Or send a private message through Instagram, ATSW the Escape Pod. Or just find me and Don on Facebook and message one of us. And we'll get back to you. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know how much of all the Star Wars universe he's going to cover for the Order 66, but we're going to try to cover a good chunk of it. We've been looking forward to doing this episode, so I don't want to build it up too much, and hopefully it doesn't live up to it, but we got some ideas, so we're going to mention a lot of Order 66 stuff. So there's going to be a lot of notes and stuff like that for it. So how's the sound? Is the sound better? Do we sound better this time? Like we got the earbuds in and we're listening in a different way. So things are turned off or not, barely on now. So I don't know if the sound is improved. I'm watching the delay. Yeah, I guess you can say I'm watching it. Okay, sounds nice and crisp. Cool. I always thought we sounded good. Don thinks we need to improve on it, so I'm down with it. I want to improve on the camera. We're going to improve on the camera eventually. That's one of the things, but we're just not getting the overtime at work like we used to. So that's one of the things we're putting on the back burner. But we would like to get a 4K camera. We get a 4K camera, then we gotta upgrade our live streaming with who is it? We gotta upgrade StreamYard. So that costs a little bit more money to do. So we're kind of putting that on the back burner until our overtime and shit like that comes back.
We lost the other side of our channels again.
Maybe I didn't.
You didn't?
No, mine says sounds good.
Okay. Well, I did.
Sorry.
I don't know what the fuck's doing that.
I don't know.
Give me about 10, 15 seconds.
Is it really 10, 15 seconds or is it going to be like 2?
It's going to be about what it is.
I fucking hate you. Nostalgia Inc. in downtown Jackson is your one-stop shop for comic books, graphic novels, tabletop games, supplies, and tons of other super nerdy stuff.
They have everything from your favorite superhero comics to all the latest manga and horror graphic novels.
Superman, Spider-Man, The Avengers, My Little Pony, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, My Hero Academia, Star Wars, and Batman are just a few of the familiar titles you will see while browsing through the store.
And don't forget to check out their back catalog.
And for all your tabletop needs, Nostalgia has the largest in-stock selection in the area of Dungeons & Dragons books, miniatures, and more. As well, they have the latest Magic the Gathering and Pokemon card game releases.
Store hours are currently 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So come to downtown Jackson and get nostalgic at Nostalgia Inc. What's up, everybody? This is Big Lovin and Don DellaSnooch.
We wanted to take a minute to tell you how to get more from the Escape Pod experience.
Become a Patreon supporter and you will get lots of bonus content, including movie reviews, videos from Comic-Con, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
But even better, Patreon supporters get extra entries into the quarterly drawing for the Escape Crate.
The Escape Crate is full of great stuff like t-shirts, Funko Pops, stickers, mugs, and other random goodies.
The higher the membership level, the more entries per month you'll earn. You also can receive 1 entry per episode you share on social media.
So if you have a couple extra bucks, toss us some. We will use it for covering the cost of hosting the show, paying for booths at cons, and equipment upgrades.
Thanks for all the support, and now back to the show. And we're back.
I fucking hate that fucking mask. It's so awful. Your tiny head fitting in that tiny mask.
It's a true story.
Oh my fuck. Oh man. So we gonna get into this main topic, my friend?
I think we should.
Hell yeah, it's a good one.
That's weird. It's showing that our connection was a little bit. Oh, and it's back. Our connection got a little wonky for a second.
That's some bullshit.
Dogma, 1999. This is the year my oldest was born.
Mine was born way later than that.
Written and directed by Kevin Smith, starring Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, George Carlin, Linda Fiorentino, Janine Garofalo, Chris Rock, Jason Lee, Selma Hayek, Bud Cort, Alan Rickman, Alanis Morissette, and Jason Mewes. I don't know that it starred Janine Garofalo.
Yeah, no, she had like this. I was thinking that as you're fucking reading that, I'm like, starring my ass.
It's really fucking pushing it.
Right.
All right. The movie opens with a few interesting subtexts. It describes what a disclaimer is. It's a renunciation of any claim or connection with, disavowal, a statement made to save one's own ass.
It's true.
I think Kevin added that one.
Yes.
Though it will go without saying, 10 minutes or so into these proceedings, ViewAskew would like to state that the film is, from start to finish, a work of comedic fantasy and not to be taken seriously. To insist that any of the following or any of what follows is incendiary or inflammatory is to miss the intention and pass undue judgment. And passing judgment is reserved for God and God alone. This goes for film critics too. Just kidding.
I loved it. I loved it. So please, before you think about hurting someone over this trifle of a film, remember, even God has a sense of humor. Just look at the platypus. Thank you and enjoy the show.
P.S. We sincerely apologize to all platypus enthusiasts out there who are offended by our thoughtless comments about platypi. We at ViewAskew respect the noble platypus, and it's not our intention to slight these stupid creatures in any way. Thank you again and enjoy the show.
Hell yeah.
So I really like that. That sets me laughing every time.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's fucking great. It's like, don't take this shit so seriously, man. Have a fucking sense of humor. Like, I feel like films now are going to start coming out with that shit before they're filmed.
I think they need to. They'd be like, look.
Hey, this is all just a comedy. Fucking joke.
It's just a joke.
Well, I don't need it, but some people fucking need it.
I always like, it's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
Exactly. Jeez. Bartleby and Loki, fallen angels, eternally banished from heaven to Wisconsin for insubordination. Mm-hmm. After an inebriated Loki resigned as the angel of death. In a newspaper article that arrives anonymously, the angels discover a way home. What do they call it? Not a shortcut. A loophole. They find a loophole.
They find a loophole in religious dogma.
Yes. Cardinal Ignace Glick is rededicating his church in Red Bank, New Jersey, in the image of the Buddy Christ.
Oh, dude, the Buddy
Hey.
Christ. Me and Brady have both seen the Buddy Christ.
It is awesome.
It is awesome to stand in its presence.
I have a Buddy Christ pin on my backpack. I fucking love it.
Oh, it was really cool to see.
I want a Buddy Christ hockey jersey.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be cool. Anyone who enters the church during a rededication festivities will receive a plenary indulgence, remitting all sins.
I feel like a Catholic actually wrote this part.
I think so. Well, Kevin Smith was a Catholic.
Yeah, no, but I don't think he wrote his. You think he wrote his own Wikipedia?
Oh, I don't know. That would be weird.
That would be really weird.
Anyway, where the banished angels to undergo this rite and then die after transmutating into human form, God would have no choice but to allow them re-entry into heaven. They are encouraged by the demon Azrael and the Steigen triplets. Steigen? 3 teenage hoodlums who serve Azrael in hell.
Every time I heard Azrael, all I could think of was the Smurfs.
No, that completely makes sense.
All I could think, especially with the fucking Smurf on the turf bullshit with this show,
Uh-huh.
all I could think of was fucking Smurfs.
You get the Azrael on the turf. Speaking of which, you got a Smurf on the turf tattoo.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I got the Norwegian symbol for family.
You did
Yes.
on your calf.
Yes, and
Which
so
is
did my
pretty
dad,
dope.
and so did my brother, and then my other brother got it on his arm. It's pretty rocking.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Bethany Sloan, a despondent abortion clinic counselor, attends a service at her church in Illinois. Donations are solicited for a campaign to stop a New Jersey hospital from disconnecting life support on a John Doe jersey. A homeless man who was beaten by the triplets is now in a coma. But we didn't know. Oh, yeah. We know he's bitten right in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know he's in a coma. We don't exactly know that he's God
Not at this point.
or she.
Oh, yes, we don't know that she's God. But she's God in the man.
Right. Metatron.
Megatron?
No,
I know. I'm
Metatron.
just messing with you.
A seraph and the voice of God appears to Bethany in a pillar of fire and explains that if Bartleby and Loki succeed in re-entering heaven, they will overrule the word of God, disproving the fundamental concept that God is omnipotent and nullify all of existence. Bethany, aided by 2 prophets, must stop the angels and save the universe.
Now at Target, Bethany is attacked by the triplets, who are driven off by the 2 foretold prophets, drug-dealing stoners, Jay and Silent Bob. Bethany and the prophets are joined by Rufus, the 13th apostle. Do you remember how they would let her know what they would say?
Yeah, the one would claim he was a prophet.
Aha! Good stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he was like, what we should do is we should go back and do blah, 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 and then we really be prophet. Or we could really profit or something like that. She's like, oh, those are the guys. I have to clarify in the chat. Lunar Girl said something. I said yes. And then she said, are we getting Smurf tattoos when I visit? And the answer is no.
No, we're not. It's not happening.
There's no Smurf on the turf.
No.
Unless everyone, and I mean everyone that listens to the show, buys a Smurf t-shirt, there might be enough money to cover the cost of
Might be.
a pair of real small Smurf
I've already got
tattoos.
my idea of what I would do for a Smurf on the turf tattoo.
Yeah.
I would put it above a butt cheek,
Mm-hmm.
like it's peeking over my underwear.
Nice. I would put it like right on my pubic line,
Yes.
so that only my wife would be
Embarrassed.
sad that I had that.
What the fuck is this?
Because I just don't know if I could. I just don't think I'm tough enough to pull off.
You
a
know what?
Smurf
If you
tattoo.
guys came up with the money, I would do it right here,
right on
here.
your butt cheek.
right above where my underwear sits.
Oh, okay.
So it would look like a Smurf peeking out. Because I wear shirts enough to know that wouldn't bother me.
I could get a tattoo like right on like above my pubic area of a Smurf pushing a lawnmower.
Yes. But it's broken and there's smoke coming off of it.
Smoke coming up of it.
The grass is too tall.
Mow the grass.
Oh shit. Bethany and the Prophets. I already read this, dude. It's your turn.
Right. Bartleby and Loki arrives at a movie's headquarters where they pass judgment on all the members of the board, and Loki begins a summary execution of all members of the board except for one, who almost punched her own ticket because in her terror she forgot to tell Loki bless you when he sneezed.
That I remember the first time I watched it, that made me fucking crack the fuck up. You didn't say God bless you. Oh my god, I thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Yep. And like the blood spattering all over the golden calf and all that.
Oh man, that
like,
was fantastic.
You have to be mildly religious adjacent at least to see the humor in most of that.
Right.
But if you've got any religious background, that whole scene is fucking hysterical.
Yeah. You know what I was just thinking? You're not hearing double now.
Yeah.
I wonder if you connected where it connects over there.
Oh, you know what? It might be.
I was just thinking of that.
While you read this next section, let me go look.
Serendipity and good old Lord was she sexy Salma Hayek, the muse of creative inspiration, is now working in a strip club in search of inspiration of her own. She tells the story about how she inspired men to write the Bible, but men changed God from man to a woman. Azrael summons the Golgothan, a vile creature made of human excrement, but Bob's immobilized him with aerosol air freshener. The shit demon. Didn't work?
No, in fact, I think I might have fucked both of them up.
Are you serious?
Maybe not. No, I still got sound coming.
Okay, I was gonna say, what the shit pants?
So that's strange.
You have to find another set and see if they work or what the deal might be.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing. No.
Yeah, this set might just be defective. This set just might be defective.
Yeah, that because I'm hearing fine out of mine now.
On a train to New Jersey, a drunken Bethany reveals. Oh, let's back up a second. My idiot brother-in-law, in his infinite lack of wisdom, showed my daughter this movie when she was like 4. And she, like, we were in the mid, maybe, you know what? I bet she was younger than that. She was probably like 2.5 because we were potty training.
Yeah.
Whatever age you potty train a kid. What's going on, Ramon?
What's up?
So my idiot brother-in-law shows my daughter in the middle of potty training the Golgothan shit demon. And everything, like, she was going on the potty like a big girl all the fucking time. And then all of a sudden, she wasn't going nowhere near the potty.
Oh, that's fan-fucking-tastic. I mean, I feel sorry for you at the same time, but that's fantastic.
Oh, bro, like set us way the fuck back. We were so pissed at him for so long.
Oh my god, that's fucking great.
Can you imagine like retraining a kid to shit on a toilet that they think a giant monster is coming to fuck them up?
Not just a giant monster, a shit demon, man. That's scary shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm fucking saying. I will never ever forgive him for that shit.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Anyway,
I love it.
On a train to New Jersey, a drunken Bethany reveals her mission to Bartleby, who tries to kill her. Bob throws the angel off the train, and gives rise to one of the best fucking lines, I think, of the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
No ticket. It's so simple, but, you know, it's just fucking brilliant. The guy's just like, what the fuck? And he's like, no.
No ticket, dude. This guy was fucking trying to get a free ride.
Bartleby and Loki.
These guys, I should say.
Bartleby and Loki now realize the consequences of their scheme. Loki wants no part in destroying all of existence, but Bartleby remains angry at God for his expulsion and for granting free will to all humans, while demanding servitude from the angels, and he resolves to proceed.
Right.
This scene here, I love Kevin Smith movies. I really do. There's almost no Kevin Smith movie that I'm like, meh. This scene where they're standing in the parking garage and there's the absurd echo is obnoxious to me. I don't quite understand why Kevin didn't
sound it better.
Why he didn't think that was a problem, or it must have been something he wanted to keep in on purpose, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe they filmed the whole thing and then he was like, shit, I didn't realize that there was this fucked up echo and I'm not going to spend the...
I didn't really hear it. You sure it just bothered? Were you listening to this with headphones?
No, it's there. And it
didn't bother me. I guess I just didn't pay attention to it.
I've seen this movie a billion times and I think I caught it at one point and I can't unhear it.
Now you fucking ruined it for everybody.
Now everybody can unhear it.
Hopefully next time I watch it, I fucking forget about this part.
Well, I think you might.
Fuck.
That was my evil laugh.
Did you read all that?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Where's the outro button?
Good Lord. That was pretty aggressive.
It was. It's probably in your beard.
For sure is. I can still smell it. Bethany asks why she has been called upon to save the universe. Why can't God simply do it himself? Metatron admits that God's whereabouts are unknown. He disappeared while visiting New Jersey in human form to play skee ball. The task falls to Bethany because she now learns she is the last scion, a distant but direct blood relative of Jesus.
That being said, you and me have both played skee ball on a boardwalk in New Jersey.
Just like God. Boom. God and Alanis Morissette. We got so much in common.
Right. The group fails to persuade Cardinal Glick to cancel his celebration. Jay steals one of Cardinal Glick's golf clubs. Their only remaining option is to keep the angels out of the church, but Azrael and his triplets trap them in a bar to prevent them from doing so. Azrael reveals that he has sent the news clippings to the angels, essentially putting this whole thing in motion.
Right.
And he would rather end all of existence than spend an eternity in hell, which...
Could you blame him?
No. That's the thing in this entire movie that makes the most sense.
Hell yeah, it does. Silent Bob kills Azrael with the golf club, which Cardinal Glick had blessed to improve his game. Bethany blesses the bar sink's contents, and the others drown the triplets in holy water. They race to the church where Bartleby has killed Glick, his parishioners, and assorted bystanders. When Loki, who is now wingless and therefore mortal with a conscience, attempts to stop him, Bartleby kills him as well.
The whole scene, and this is one of those things that's always stuck with me, and forgive me if you are Catholic and you have feelings about what I'm about to say. That kind of behavior, like to bless your golf club to make your game better, is a uniquely Catholic thing, I think.
Yes and no, because I've played basketball and been in a position where like I want to shoot free throws and I've prayed about it.
Well, no, I don't have a problem with bringing religion into the thing that you're doing.
Right.
But Catholics have, in general, in my personal view, from the back row of the third stadium on a Saturday, have this really strange relationship with God where they both feel overburdened by his existence and also feel that they should be able to utilize him to accomplish tasks. It's very strange.
I'm Gen X. I am Catholic, but I don't have feelings.
You don't have feelings because you're Gen X.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Us Gen Xers have completely divorced ourselves from having feelings about the way you feel about a thing.
Dog videos always give me the feels.
Definitely.
Sons of bitches.
But that whole idea that a cardinal of the Catholic faith would be like, oh yeah, a 9-iron needs to help.
Exactly, though. It's real shit, bro.
Right. Real shit, bro. Jay attempts to seduce Bethany before all existence
I fucking love that. You said we got 5 minutes to live. You'd have sex with me.
He totally said when he mentions that John Doe jersey, Bethany finally puts all of the clues together. She and Bob race across the street to the hospital as the others try to block Bartleby's path to the church. Bethany disconnects John Doe jersey's life support, liberating God and killing herself.
Yes.
Which, like, the first time I watched this, I'm like, the fuck? But, it all works out.
It still never made sense why she died for undoing the life support. I still never understood that.
Yeah.
I still don't understand that.
I think that it has to do with unplugging the thing while unleashing the power of God.
Fair enough. I'll take it.
It's a good enough explanation.
Sounds real. Bartleby reaches the church entrance where he confronts God, manifested in female form, who annihilates him with her voice. Bob arrives with Bethany's lifeless body. God resurrects her and makes all the blood go away from her shirt and conceive a child, the new last scion within her womb. God, Metatron, Rufus, and Serendipity return to heaven, leaving Bethany and the prophets to reflect on the past and the future.
Definitely.
Hell yeah, they did.
One of the things that I thought was interesting one of the things that I like about a well-made movie, the kind of thing that, as much as people give Kevin Smith shit, you go, oh, he is a good filmmaker.
Yeah.
There's the thing where God shows up and speaks and blows up Loki and Bartleby's head, right?
Kaboosh.
Right. That's set up in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
As Metatron explains to Bethany why you can't hear,
understand, and
you couldn't understand it, and your head would explode.
Yep.
It's when you go back and you watch Kevin Smith's movies, even like the stuff that he did, like right out of film school before he had a fucking clue, like there's some really smart movie making decisions that happen even in Clerks.
Yeah.
And that through line runs through his movies. Like he's independent movie maker, blah, blah, blah. He's a smart movie maker.
Right.
He always has been a smart movie maker from the very fucking beginning. He made decisions that most people didn't make, and they paid off, or he took gambles in places where it paid off. Like, he's a smart dude.
Yeah.
Whether or not he'd give himself credit, like if anybody who follows Kevin Smith, he'd be like, I'm a fucking idiot, and I barely skim by on the idea that I might think I might do a thing sometime and people might fucking like it.
Right.
But when you see things like this come full circle at the end of a movie and they wrap things up and you go, oh shit, Kevin Smith can fucking make a movie.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm just going to continue to flake Kevin Smith until forever. Definitely. What happened?
I don't know. Hit the button.
Oh, I moved the mouse is what it was. Movie facts.
Let's get into some movie facts, buddy.
Yep. We'll wrap up this one of our favorite films.
Hell yeah.
Alan Rickman joins the cast and inspired Jason Mewes to push himself. Nice. Jason Mewes being kind of like a mess of a human being. Like he really stretched out. Kevin Smith approached Alan Rickman to be in the movie after finding out the English actor was a fan of Chasing Amy, which we just talked about last week.
Hell yeah, we did. Why do you think we did a good job?
Alan Rickman agreed. Jason Mewes took it as an edict to take his craft more seriously. He memorized all of his lines before rehearsal so as not to anger the Shakespearean trained actor.
That's fantastic. I love it.
I've heard Jason tell that story quite a few times in Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. He was so afraid that he was going to go to deliver a line and not be ready, and Alan Rickman was going to be like, fuck you, fuck this, and I'm out. He didn't, this doesn't really do it enough justice. He didn't just memorize his lines.
Right.
He memorized every line in the entire script and could regurgitate it by memory. So when somebody like Alan Rickman didn't remember his line, Mewes gave it to him.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Like, talk about elevating somebody's craft.
What's up, Big Swede?
Big Swede. Welcome to the show. Look at this shit.
Sweet Studios in the house.
We're happy you're here. You didn't miss everything. So anyway, Jason Mewes really fucking dialed it up for this movie. And it shows, like, this is honestly, of all the Kevin Smith movies, this is his best performance.
Yeah.
And by the time he gets to Jay and Silent Bob, like, he was so in and out of the fucking heroin deal that, like, he had to pull it to fucking gather to do Jay and Bob.
Right. Oh, I was gonna take a drink. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink.
Fair enough. And I mean, Jason Mewes was good in Jay and Bob, but he wasn't as good as he was in this movie. He was laser focused in this movie.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it definitely stands out. Kevin Smith wrote the screenplay for the film before Clerks. Smith wrote the screenplay for Dogma before the one for his breakthrough 1994 classic Clerks, but the auteur shelved the script until he had the budget and the resources to the visual effects justice.
That's a fancy fucking word.
Fuck yeah, it is. I don't even know what the fuck it means.
I'm sure that Kevin would be like over the moon that somebody called him an auteur.
Yeah, but I don't know what the fuck it means, so I can't be over the moon for him.
Right. Alanis Morissette was originally supposed to play the role of Bethany Sloan, which she would have been good at.
Yeah.
Smith first tapped Alanis Morissette for the role of Bethany Sloan, but the singer was unable to sign because of her 1998-99 world tour. She was big at the fucking time.
Fuck yeah, she was.
By the time Alanis was available to participate in the film, Linda Fortino was already cast as Bethany. So the singer was offered the role of God in the film, which I think is better.
I do too. Because I think she would have been too famous at the time for that role.
How many people get to go, I played God once?
Exactly. Alanis Morissette does.
Alanis Morissette.
Kevin Smith joined a Dogma protest group. When the movie was released, it was protested around the country by various Catholic groups. Smith joined one of these protests in New Jersey and was interviewed in a local news feature about the film using the alias of his friend, Brian Johnson.
I've seen the clip of that.
I have, and it's fucking hilarious. Oh my God, is it funny?
To see the guy who wrote and directed a thing trolling his own thing as under the guise of his best friend.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
That's fucking funny. Lunar Girl brings up that Alanis Morissette was on her Jagged Little Pill tour.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about that is this summer, Alanis Morissette is doing a Jagged Little Pill tour.
Whoa.
Where she's going to perform that album live.
We should go dressed in our Stormtrooper buckets.
I know it sounds silly, but I really want to go to see this show. Tisha was like, eh. And I'm like, no, I really want to.
How much are the tickets?
I don't know, $40-$50. And then it said no. Is it a GTE? It might be at Meadowbrook, but still, it's an outside on the hill kind of a deal. I don't know if our
in your head. Oh wait, that's Inya.
Yeah. I don't know if our fan base has this experience. Well, here in Michigan, we have like 2 or 3 like really great outside amphitheaters where there's a big grassy hill and you get to watch these shows with like 40,000 people. Yeah, it is Cranberries.
Enya Cranberries. I was fucking close.
No, bro.
Shut up.
Those things are not close.
That's Cranberries, Brady. I'm Luna Girl. I'm better than everybody.
But we have some really great outdoor amphitheaters where you can sit in the grass and hang out.
I'm mad at Luna Girl for calling me out.
She's good for that. People are fucking smoking dope.
Yes.
And
enjoying the scene.
You're drinking 22-ounce fucking garbage
Steel
beers.
Reserves.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Having a good time.
You're going to have a headache tomorrow.
It's a great place to like watch something like the Dave Matthews Band, and people are got giant beach balls and you're fucking batting them around the hill.
Let's go to a Dave Matthews concert.
You know what's?
Yes.
There's very few things that are cooler than being at some hippie bullshit show like the Dave Matthews Band in the middle of a rainstorm on the hill, and it's all muddy and everybody's just fucking having a gig time.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's good stuff.
That's awesome.
Good stuff. So if you don't have an amphitheater near you, travel to one because it's great.
And do it when it's raining at a Dave Matthews concert.
Yes, Dave Matthews. Go see Dave Matthews. If you haven't seen Dave Matthews, go see Dave Matthews.
Go see the Dave.
Even if you don't like Dave Matthews.
Even if you don't like Dave Matthews.
I said Dave Matthews 27 times.
27 Dave Matthews. And then we just
the angels in Dogma are all identically dressed, except for the color of their t-shirts.
Right.
The angels in the film, Metatron, Bartleby, and Loki are all dressed in like hooded sweatshirts.
Right.
But not just any hooded sweatshirts, like the ones that were only cool in the late 90s, where it's like the gray or black with the light gray hood.
Yeah.
Cotton underneath.
Nice.
Like way set specifically in that time span.
Hell yeah.
But it is interesting to look at it like, oh, that's the uniform, of all the angels.
Right. George Carlin wore the bandage on his finger to hide his wedding ring. George Carlin had recently lost his wife before the production of filming began. The comedian agreed to take the role of Cardinal Glick on the condition that he wouldn't have to remove his wedding ring. So he wore a band-aid to hide it. In the end, it wasn't even necessary, as Catholic clergy wear wedding bands to signify their marriage to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I heard 2 or 3 interviews with Carlin about this. And then I heard some interviews with Kevin and some other people. The first time I heard it, like, it legit brought me to tears.
Yeah.
To hear that George loved his wife to that extent.
Yeah.
It seems like such a minor thing, but apparently George Carlin's wife was the center of his entire fucking existence.
And that's awesome.
Even so much as I heard an interview with his daughter, and his daughter like attests to how much he just worshiped this fucking woman.
That's awesome.
And it's just one of those things that like made me feel all up in the feels about it,
Yeah.
And how do you feel about, all this aside, how do you feel about George Carlin as a stand-up comedian?
Loved him.
Like in the pantheon of stand-up comedians,
One
like
of the greats.
George Carlin is definitely one of the greats.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Without a doubt. In the scene where Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are in the gun shop, when I watched this last episode again, it made me giggle again. You can see Ben pick up a knife and he's playing with it. And if you continue to watch Ben, you'll see him cut his finger and it goes like this. And it's really silly considering he's an angel and the knife wouldn't cut him.
Right. Right.
It's actually joked about on the DVD commentary.
Nice.
This is my
you
favorite.
You want to say it?
No,
because it's your favorite.
No, you say it. It's my favorite line of the whole movie.
No pleasure, no rapture, no exquisite sin greater than central air.
Definitely. And it's right up in the very beginning of the movie. But every time I turn the air on at the beginning of the year when it's hot as balls,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there by the thermostat going, no pleasure, no rapture, no exquisite sin, greater than central air. And then I hear the air kick on and I'm like, I'm a nerd.
Nice. Nice.
The Buddy Christ statue that was used in this film is displayed, as me and Brady said earlier, at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. The comic book store is in Red Bank, New Jersey, still owned by Kevin Smith.
They just moved.
They just moved to a new location, a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Buddy Christ still there.
They needed the space because they got a lot of goods from the movies and stuff like that posted on the walls and in the cases and stuff like that. They needed the space.
Yeah. That the previous space was just too fucking
it was
tiny.
too narrow. Too narrow of a spot.
It was so tiny that it felt like half of the store, half of the comic book shop was a museum.
Yeah.
And it really probably should have been like, this is a comic book shop and there happens to be some museum-y kind of qualities to it.
Right.
So I imagine that new store is probably going to have more of that feel.
The role of Loki was written for Jason Lee, but scheduling conflicts forced him to take on a smaller role of Azrael, and Matt Damon took over as Loki.
Yeah. As far as that goes, like, I like Jason Lee as Azrael.
Oh, me too, dude. I couldn't see it differently. And Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, just it works. It works.
Yeah, I think so too. That's kind of Dogma in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And we did talk about everything under the sun for almost 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
So
that's how we roll.
With that being said, everybody make sure that you like this video. Throw us a 5-star review anywhere that you leave reviews, whether that's YouTube or iTunes.
And we've opened it up to Facebook. Leave a review on Facebook. We'll find it. We'll see it.
Yep. Make sure you tag us in it, though.
Yes, make sure you tag us in it.
Everything disappears in the Facebook algorithm of hell if you don't tag somebody in something.
Exactly.
Please make sure that you subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. We did see an uptick in this last week where there was more people subscribing on like iTunes and stuff like that.
And check us out on Instagram, ATSW the Escape Pod. We post stuff on Instagram. I know me and Luna Girl interact a lot on the Instagram.
Yep.
I post artwork on there to talk about the upcoming stuff, but you can post questions or just like some stuff, chat with us, but we're also on ATSW the Escape Pod on Facebook.
Right.
So that's where we like to push a lot of our traffic. It's just more interactive that way, and then we can get to know you a little bit better, and then maybe we become friends in the Book of Face.
Yep. And now that things are opening up, me and Brady are going to start doing more like public appearance-y kind of things.
We're doing the Scarif Con in July.
Yep. Scarif Con in July will be our first outing.
I'm excited.
As Escape Pod curators. We'll be wearing our buckets and our suits, and we'll be doing the damn thing in Chicago.
Yeah. I might have to see if Nicole can make us shirts just for that event.
Right. I hope it's not super hot that day because I'd really like to walk around downtown Chicago.
Are you wearing that bucket?
Or
are you going to wear your white bucket?
I don't know.
Because I'm going to wear my white bucket.
Yeah. I think that I'm going to wear my white bucket if you're wearing your white bucket.
That one's mine. Yours is up there.
Yes. And then I think that when you're wearing your black bucket, I will wear my blue and yellow one.
Nice.
That'll be like our variation.
Nice. I like it. We come up with a couple.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you. We talk offline. That's just something. That's just something for another day.
Things are going to happen.
Hell yeah.
And as Lunar Girl brings up, we're going to be at Astronomicon in Ann Arbor, Michigan this fall.
Speaking of which, Luna Girl, you need to talk to Dragon Buddy. I don't know if he's there right now, but you need to talk to him. We need to find out what kind of bucket he has. I know he's got the Clone Trooper one. If he's got a Stormtrooper one, that would be awesome. But maybe he can wear if he has the suit top and the pants, and then wear we were talking either a Penn State or a New York Giants jersey underneath.
That would be great.
Then we can all match to a degree. That would be fucking awesome.
And I believe somewhere around July 17th or something.
It's like the next weekend was the Dominic Pace.
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna meet up with Dominic Pace in Detroit at a comic book shop that is escaping my name.
Yeah, we'll have to look back in the episode.
My name, my mind.
It happens.
We're going to show up there. We're going to meet up with Dominic Pace. We're going to take some pictures. Dominic Pace also going to be at Scarif Con.
See what Big Sweet said? Profits.
Two of them. So yeah, that's kind of like the long and the short of it. And we're either going to go to Grand Rapids Comic-Con late fall or Indianapolis Comic-Con.
Nice.
One of those two. We'll try and make sure that we're appearing as the Escape Pod.
Hell yeah.
At said event.
Hell yeah.
Brady, tell these guys where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at lowercase o 0 capital BIG _ capital LOVIN 0 lowercase o. Once again, that's on Instagram and Twitter. Don, tell them where they can find you, buddy.
You can find me, as always, at Jetfire1979 on Twitter, and I'm DellaSnooch on Instagram.
You can find us and other great podcasts on the Red 5 Network.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We'll see you next time.
May the force be with you,
and go blue.
I'm going to drink all this, but I really got to pee.
Oh, I bet you fucking do.
This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.